This Memorial Day weekend left 10 people dead, 44 others wounded in shootings across the city.
Poverty didn't go away over the weekend. Communities have been disinvested in and traumatized.
All right, so this first video we're about to check out is it's talking about the crime in Chicago. We already know it's been bad as hell going on. I mean, all the shootings in Chicago, and they keep trying to blame everything on something else, talking about the gun laws. And then they switched it up. Lightfoot no longer runs things in Chicago, allegedly. She moved on. Apparently there's another gentleman who runs things now, and apparently he's not doing that good of a job. Over Memorial Weekend, 50 people got shot. 50 people got shot in Chicago for Memorial Weekend. Memorial Day is supposed to be the day where we remember and celebrate those people who has passed on and you know, died, did something honorable. We want to show love for them, go visit their grave, you know, show up with some flowers, or just go, just spend time. Or if you don't spend time with them, you know, you have family and friends over and you just remember the good times and all those things. Well, that didn't happen in Chicago. We're going to talk about this after we review this video right here. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. That would be dope.
Rob and Judy, despite the city's violence prevention efforts, it was a violent Memorial Day weekend here in Chicago. I caught up with Mayor Brandon Johnson at an unrelated event today. He says we have a tremendous amount of work to do, but was encouraged to see people coming together over the weekend in hopes of building a safer Chicago.
How in the hell you encouraged after 50 people are shot? Oh, we got a whole lot of work to do. All right, Captain, what'd you call it when Captain Obvious? You call him Captain Obvious when he say what you already know. And then he says, well, since people are coming together, this right here seems like a good thing. It ain't people coming together. It's you managing your goddamn city. Be a good mayor over your city. Stop letting them do whatever the hell they want to do. Or let them know that if they do something that you don't want them to do, then you're going to bust their ass. Period. Sorry to say it that way, but this is another way to say it. But you can lock them up or do something to them. But I'm just saying, you need to put that message across. It's like being a father in a household. If your kids are still acting up, then you're not doing your job. If they're not listening to you and they get worse, you're not doing your job. And don't give me that crap like, oh, I did my job as a parent. They just get out there and they make their own choices. Yeah, they make their own choices because they know that their parent ain't gonna do a damn thing.
We definitely have to come together as a community to continue to work on this. We are in a state of emergency.
This Memorial Day weekend left 10 people dead, 44 others wounded in shootings across the city.
10 people dead, 44 other wounded. 54 people in one weekend. 54. And y'all telling, I want to know how many of them people were killed with the high magazine guns that y'all are trying to get rid of, or how many of them was killed by AR-15s and AK-47s and all these things like that. 9 times out of 10, it was from handguns that were illegal, that are not being traced by the authorities, and y'all are allowing it to happen. And the people that stand out there and say, we are in an emergency type of situation right now, are the same people who voted for this.
Overnight, a triple shooting in the 9100 block of South Harper. A 59-year-old man, 57-year-old woman, and a 77-year-old man were all shot while standing on the sidewalk.
My gracious, they just minding their daggone business. They are just minding their business.
We have a lot of work to do in the city. Poverty didn't go away over the weekend. Like, we understand that when communities have been disinvested in and traumatized, that you're seeing the manifestation of that trauma.
Bruh, you will never get the results you want. Let me tell you something. Hold up. I'm going to play the rest of this in a minute. But I just want to say this, and I'm going to get back to the video in a second. You will never get the results you want as long as you're giving excuses for the crimes that are happening while talking about the crimes that are happening. You can't say that we want to fix this while at the same time talking about giving them excuses for doing it. I mean, poverty didn't go away in one weekend. I mean, if you look at how they were raised, they are raised this way because they don't have anything. They need something to do. They need to join a basketball team. There ain't no basketball team. So what else they gonna do? Get out there and shoot each other. Obviously, bruh, you sound weak as hell. And when you're weak like that, they're gonna go out there and do whatever the hell they want to do. You cannot say that you want your city to do better, but then give them excuses to continue to do the bull sugar honey iced tea that they're doing. That's stupid. I'm sorry, am I missing something? I know I never managed. I never been a mayor, never been a governor or any of those, never been a senator, never been any of that. All right. Have been a father. I am a father. Have been a black man that grew up in poverty, was a black boy in poverty. And when I was there, I used to do some knucklehead stuff, not because I was broke, busted, and disgusted. I used to do the knucklehead stuff because it was fun. That's it. I used to do the knucklehead stuff because it was fun, and I used to do it because wasn't nobody around to tell me to stop. That's it. But then soon as my guardian grabbed me up and told me what I wasn't supposed to do, those things I stopped doing. We need to take some accountability. I didn't hear him say anything in that about parents being accountable for their kids. Like, Ben, you be responsible. Your child, 14, 15 years old, is out there shooting people who do not deserve it. They're out there killing one another. And you're not doing a damn thing about it. You didn't say anything about the parents and holding them accountable. Nothing. All you did was throw in some excuses. That's some mind tricks that they play on you right there. They say, well, we're going to address it, but I just want to know I want all the people who voted for me to know that I still got your back. No, it's not time to play politics anymore, bruh. You got the job. Now be strong. Do something about it. That's just my opinion. That's just my 2 pennies. You can take it or you can't. But I'll tell you one thing. If you don't take it, then it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. This dude literally addressed the situation and gave 2 excuses while addressing the situation. That fast? You're trying to give yourself an out already, because by giving them excuses, you give yourself an out, you give yourself a pass. Oh, you can't blame me. You can't even blame the kids. You got to blame their environment. Their environment was created by what? Racism and white supremacy. All right? That's what it was raised by. Racism, white supremacy. And since they don't do anything about that, it's y'all fault. I want to point the blame at y'all, not me, not them, but y'all. It ain't the community's fault. It's not the kids' fault. It's y'all fault. Y'all put the guns in their hands by not giving them opportunities. Come on, bruh. Really?
Been disinvested in and traumatized.
Disinvested in and traumatized. These goddamn kids are not disinvested in and traumatized. They're not traumatized. Bruh, let me tell you something. These youngins out here, they are not traumatized. They are living it up. They laughing, they going to all the parties. They out there selling their drugs or doing whatever they doing outside. They getting enough money to party another day. They live to party another day. And then when they go to school, they do the same thing. They can't wait to get out of school so that they can have fun and do whatever the hell they want to do. They are not traumatized. These kids are doing exactly what you are allowing them to do but what you're doing is by saying they're disinvested in and they're traumatized. They didn't start getting jobs overnight. Over the weekend, they didn't just start getting job opportunities. These little ain't out there trying to get no job opportunities. They trying to shoot each other. And you're giving them excuses.
That you're seeing the manifestation of that trial.
Early Saturday morning, another deadly shooting in Lakeview. 35-year-old William Hare was shot and killed while walking with a friend near Broadway and Surf. He is one of 5 people shot over the past 4 days in that area. And last night, a 24-year-old man is now charged with child endangerment after police say a 2-year-old boy was shot while playing in a bedroom with an adult when a gun went off near 79th and Hermitage. The second young child shot that day after a 2-year-old girl also found a gun and accidentally shot herself.
And there's another thing. In that community, we don't do a whole lot when it comes to gun safety. We don't teach gun safety. We just have the gun just sitting around some damn where, locked up somewhere that's not really locked up. They know how to get to it. They understand it is there because they know you bout it. They know you about that life. They know you have a gun that's probably not registered, and they don't know how to use it. They don't know how not to touch it. They know not to touch the stove because it's hot. They know not to stick anything inside the electrical receptacles because they know that they'll get their ass electrocuted. But at the end of the day, they have not been explained what to do and what not to do with that gun. So at the age of 2 and 3, they're just going to go willy-nilly, not being watched. You doing whatever the hell you want to do in your apartment or your house, and they're just doing whatever the hell they want to do. You're playing video games, and they say, oh, what's this? Bow. Gun safety laws, man. I mean, gun safety rules, man. That's just something that's common sense right there. Protect your family. If you got the gun to protect your family, well, education is also a part of that. Just so you know, education is a part of that.
This is not an accident. This is negligence due to these guns inside these homes with no lock on it. Get a lock it down, save these children.
The violence comes despite Mayor Brandon Johnson's new safety plan to increase police on the streets and involve more community groups to help curb crime. Over the weekend, he was in Englewood at an event bringing families together to prevent gun violence.
So this weekend, what you saw on display.
To prevent gun violence. Woman, it's not gun violence. He's bringing families together to prevent gun violence. It's not gun violence. It's violence, period. You go punch somebody in the face, that's not fist violence. If I go stab somebody, that's not knife violence. If I go daggone tase somebody, it's not taser violence. But all of a sudden, for some strange reason, when it comes to this is nothing but a dog whistle. They keep on saying this because they're showing their hand, period. And this dude is just walking around, you know, looking cool, waving at the ladies, kissing babies, saying, look, we got the community out here. Yeah, this is good right here. Make sure you get my good side. Make sure you get my good side. This dude don't give a damn about what's going on out there, man. I get it. He's serving his people by being the mayor. That means a great deal because I wouldn't be out there doing it. So I got to give him kudos for that. But at the end of the day, lock in, bro. You got the job. Lock the hell in. Tell them exactly what they need to hear and not what they want to hear. Talking about gun violence, talking about disinvesting in the daggone communities, talking about them being traumatized, talking about them not having opportunities so they're out there. You just now gave 4 examples, 4 excuses that they can now use and their parents could use and their aunts and uncles can now talk about. They not even gonna know what the hell they talking about. They're gonna be like, yeah, they only shooting, the kids shot themselves because they got guns in the house. Why they got a gun in the house anyway? They ain't got no locks on their guns. This dude standing out there with little tie wraps talking about they need to lock up the guns. That's what they need to do. No, they need to do a lot more than that. Talk about the gun. Talk about the weapons to their kids. Be more responsible. Communicate. This gun is here. Do not touch it. If you got to keep it unloaded, keep it unloaded. Keep it locked up. Do all of those things. But you need to explain to them exactly what you're doing and explain to them you need to also explain to them how to use it and why you have it in the first place. This dude is not helping, man.
Blaze that everybody recognizes is that it's going to take all of us to unite this city and to build a better, stronger, safer city.
In an open roll call on the southwest side, the 8th District Chicago Police Commander vowed to work diligently to protect residents.
Our guys are running in a gunfire. They're running into danger. It's difficult. It's definitely trying times.
Yeah, of course it's definitely trying times. Hold on, let me see what else she's going to say.
We'll continue working with all of the city's partners to better address the root causes of crime and bring necessary support to communities.
I've never been a community organizer before. I have so much respect for people who get out there and they work with the community. They get in the thick of it. They risk their own lives to be to get closer to the individuals who are being hurt and who are doing the hurting. I got so much respect for them. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how else to do it. Like, if you're going to put yourself in a position where you now are the man, you're the leader, you're the woman, you're the leader. I don't know who's the leader, but if you're the leader of that city, of that state, then you need to rule with a kind heart, but also an iron fist. You have to. In the worst the situation, you need to be more stern, not less. Because if somebody else ran up in the school with a rifle and they start shooting kids, then you will act like it's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing, and everybody's going against it. Now you don't want guns anywhere. You want to get rid of guns, and you're real upset. And I can't believe they're killing. But when it's happening in your community, and 50 plus people get shot, 10 plus people are killed over a weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and I see no outrage from anyone that's being interviewed, that makes absolutely no sense to me. None. If I don't see the outrage, the other people who live there don't see the outrage. That includes the kids that actually look at the news. I doubt any of them look at the news. When I was younger, I didn't look at the news. But they actually got to have adults in the home that's going to communicate with them, something that's going to stop them from doing what they're out there doing. But if the mayor, it all starts from the head, if the mayor is giving the community an out with excuses, then the people who run the households are also going to be giving their kids an out with excuses. Soon as someone else gets shot, they're not going to get outraged. They're going to start to say they're disenfranchised and they're disinvested in and they're traumatized. They don't have anything else to do. No one supports them. Of course. And it starts with you.